The following video was captured and uploaded to a YouTube channel named Parasomnia MX, with the name of the actual person behind it being unknown. It took place at roughly midnight, and he heard a loud bang from outside of his room, and due to being the only person living in the property, this was scary for obvious reasons. In case it was something little like his dog knocking something over, he went to investigate, but no matter what he thought it could have been, what it actually was definitely at the bottom of his predictions.
Okay, it's like midnight right now. I was sleeping on my couch and I heard a loud bang. I've heard it before, but I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was the dogs on the deck or something. But I think if I sit and wait, you'll see I just seen it. I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is. There it is. It's my cupboards. Let's see. Holy shit, what a shake. I'm just gonna sit here and videotape for a minute. See what happens. This is scary. Oh, holy shit. Holy shit. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh! Holy shit. What the? Okay. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm gonna get up and... Ooh, I'm just shaking. Look at my goosebumps. Okay. It's my grandma's old house too. It's old. I remember that light being on. Let's see what this looks like. I don't want to go too close to. That's just creepy. You have no idea. Like, there's nobody in my house right now. Like, nobody. I can hear something in that room. Okay. That's weird. What is that? Somebody's in that room. Ah! Whoa! Okay. Look at those goosebumps. I'm gonna go look. What's the worst that's gonna happen? Ooh, scary. There's like nobody in here. I'm freaking out, man. This is scary shit. This is really scary shit. I knew I could hear stuff before. But I don't know. It's so weird. Like I could hear it. Oh. I'm going outside.
Strangely, the cabinet continuously opened itself, and whatever was inside of it must have really drawn the spirit's attention. Furthermore, it drew the bead string entrance open a small bit, whilst the man was looking at it, which caused him to investigate, but nobody was on the other side. This is when he realized that he was dealing with a spirit, and instantly uploaded it to social media for people to offer advice. I hope that he got what he needed, and that the ghost is no longer with him. On May 11th of 1993, at roughly 2 o'clock in the morning, one of John Osborne's house cameras detected something absolutely unbelievable. For the past few days, his family had been noticing really weird things happening around the household, and John, after seeking advice, was told to set up cameras in order to obtain more evidence. At first, he thought this was lazy advice that would lead to nothing as some spirits become camera shy. But fortunately, this spirit was not one of them.
3,000 miles away in Ohio, another family believes they're not alone.
The family had been hearing noises at night. They would wake up in the morning and find things moved, overturned, broken dishes and glasses.
Searching for the cause, the father leaves a video camera rolling overnight. This is his amazing videotape. Watch as the glass moves across the table, apparently on its own.
And then we see a typewriter move, which is not plugged in.
Next, a chair slides away from the table, and the reclining chair mysteriously begins to rock back and forth.
Then we hear the front door of the house, left of the rocking chair, open and then close.
John Osborne offers his opinion of these disturbing images.
I've watched it countless times looking for any evidence of foul play, and I couldn't find it.
From sliding a glass across the table to moving a literal chair, this poltergeist was doing the opposite of messing around. John was super fortunate to have caught this on camera, and a popular television station chose to broadcast it for a wider audience to see in the hopes that it would reach someone who could provide some decent help for the family. The most recent report is that they are searching for some sort of professional ghost hunter, but it's a big struggle staying within budget. Watching TV is a leisurely activity that many people across the world spend far too much time doing. The man in our next clip was by no means any different. In the build-up to the clip, he was watching his favorite television series for the third time, and no matter how many times he watched it, it never got boring. Unfortunately, something else must have liked the series too though, because it definitely got a bit too close for the man's liking.
God damn it. This is getting old. Son of a bitch. Oh, man. Shit! You gotta come out. What the? Oh. Shit. I'm out of here.
Out of nowhere, some cutlery launched itself out of a drawer, so the man was forced to pause the show, stand up and investigate. To his dismay, there was nobody there, which left him very confused. But as he sat back down, he noticed what had caused it through a ghostly apparition that frightened him so much, I bet he soiled himself. To be honest though, I would too if I came face to face with an entity of that nature. When your house is haunted, the first step is trying to get in touch with any form of expert who can guide you in the correct direction to get rid of it. For some, this step is super simple, but for others they find something about it really hard, and that something is proving that they've actually been haunted. This is because a lot of poltergeists are actually camera shy and don't cause as much havoc when placed ahead of a lens. But fortunately, Sergio, the man who recorded this, was eventually able to get some footage.
Buenas noches amigos, les habla su amigo Provoking. En videos previos ya les había comentado que han estado pasando fenómenos extraños aquí en la casa los últimos meses. De hecho los perros están muy acelerados ahorita porque se escucharon ruidos por el rumbo de la sala. Y aproveché ahorita para grabar a ver si captamos algo. Se ha escuchado movimiento. Hemos visto una silueta un par de veces y pues bueno, vamos a ver qué logramos y si logramos captar algo. Aquí como ven no hay nada. Vamos a grabar donde estaban escuchando los ruidos. Debo de admitir que estoy un poco nervioso. Ahí se puede escuchar el perro, que está un poquito alterado. No se ve muy bien. No sé qué es lo que esté pasando. Lo que se cayó fue un muñequito de Santa Claus de los adornos de Navidad. Previo a esto, donde hemos visto la silueta pasar, puse talco para ver si lográbamos captar alguna huella. Ahorita voy a prender la luz a ver si se ve algo. Estos ruidos son ya sumamente frecuentes. Estas huellas evidentemente no estaban. Hace como una hora que puse el talco y van más o menos al rumbo donde está el Santa Claus que se cayó. Voy a parar el video porque voy a salir de la casa para tratar de ver que no haya nadie, que no se... Estoy un poco nervioso, compañeros, pero bueno, me despido de ustedes. No olviden suscribirse al canal. A caramba, los saluda su amigo Provoking y denle dedito arriba para motivarnos y seguir grabando este tipo de fenómenos, a ver si encontramos alguna explicación. Muchas gracias.
After watching some YouTube, the man heard a dog whining, and the most important part about this is that he doesn't even own one. Concerned, he started filming, and things happened in the following order. A cabinet opened, a doll fell from a counter, and he saw paw prints. All of these things together practically confirmed that a literal dog was haunting him, and these things are much harder to get rid of than actual spirits. I wish the man all of my luck. A duo under the YouTube. Alias, exploring with Josh, decided that they were going to go and investigate an old and abandoned secondary school that was rumored to be haunted among the locals. At first, the duo believed this was some sort of fake story made up by ex-students of the school, but they realized very quickly after entering that this was not the case. The walls were absolutely full with graffiti, but this should have been expected in an abandoned location. What happened next was far from expected, though.
Guys, so much doors are opening and closing right now. It sounds like something tapping. It sounds like someone hitting like a wall. I know, it really does though. Oh my god, did you get that on tape?
No.
That is insane.
Wait for two to get it.
Oh my god, another door just closed. Oh my god. We gotta get out of here. Holy shit, we're just standing on a... Dude, upside down crosses? Oh my god. Only he can't save. Can't save. Only he can save. This is insane. We can't be here that long. We're getting back to some dangerous shit, guys. 666 devil. Upside down cross.
Out of the blue, a door slowly creaked open by itself, and this creeped the hell out of the duo. Straight after this, 2 more doors down the hallway slammed themselves shut, and it was obvious that whatever was claimed to haunt this place had awoken. They escaped the facility as quickly as they could and published it for all to see, confirming that not all rumors aren't a fact. Dog Vlogs is a well-known ghost hunter, and what he does on YouTube is pretty self-explanatory. He visits locations that are presumed to have a haunted nature and documents them to see if it's true. This time around, he was checking out an abandoned hospital at night, and the scariest part is that he didn't have a single person with him. No crew, no friends, just him and his camera capturing raw footage, and this is what it got.
Yeah. I'm not gonna waste my time if you're not gonna believe me. What? You cannot tell me you did not just hear that. Sounded like it was in this first room. If somebody's there, you better call yourself out right now. It was in this room, guys. Wait. See, this is exactly what I mean, guys. This is the type of stuff that was happening on camera that I said you weren't going to believe. I am tripping out. Yeah, I don't get it. If you're here, you better call yourself out. I'm gonna look behind all these doors and everything. I know it wasn't this far down. There's no way it was this far down. It came from this room. I don't get it. Hello? Did you pass away in the shower? Yo, what the f? No. There's no way. I'm filming. Something just touched my f***ing arm. I've got the worst cold chills right now. It is popping off in this hospital right now. I don't know, guys. I want to keep going, but I'm so scared right now. Alright, guys, we're in the main lobby right now, as you can tell. And I kept hearing some weird noises over here before I started filming. And then when I came back down to the lobby, all I keep hearing is noises. I looked around upstairs, did not find anybody that did that cough. But now I hear something down here. I'm back on the first floor. Let's go. This is actually... Hello? Why am I so cold down here? Sounded like a footstep over there. So, off camera, guys, this fountain was going off. As you guys can tell, this only works by touch. So, I don't know how that thing was going off. If anybody's here and you'd like to communicate with me, push those 2 little buttons right there, and you'll make the water go off. You can use the water going on as a yes, and keep it off for a no. Do you want to talk with me? Whoa. Seriously? Okay, calm down, calm down. I just got cold chills. If anybody's here, do something to this fountain right now. Turn it on. I need a drink. I'm thirsty. Can you turn it on for me? I'm thirsty. Can you turn this fountain on? Oh, okay. No. I just got the coldest chills. Look at this. Oh, come on, focus. Oh my God. Good job. Hold on, guys. I got my EMF detector. Let me check this. Alright, guys. I just got my EMF detector out. Whoa. Why is that? Oh, whoa. Are you kidding me? I'm getting so cold right now. If you're here and like to... Oh my God. Look at guys, it's a base reading of 0 all the way around. And as soon as we go to the fountain, it goes to turn on. If you're here, turn the fountain on. So, whoa. Okay, that is confirmed paranormal, and that's my cue to get out of here, guys. Whoa. Alright guys, on that note, hope you enjoyed the adventure. If you do, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm getting the heck out of here. That was crazy. The fact that it was going off on command with the EMF spikes. I'm just mind blown. But I'm going to get out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, cop yourself some Get Out and Do Something merch. Links down below. Help support the channel. Keep the adventures coming. But I got to get out of here. I'm tripping out. Just so you know, it wasn't bullshit. It is now 3:50. It took me 50 minutes.
A noise could be heard somewhere in the hospital, and the YouTuber was able to correctly identify which room it came from. However, this was not the highlight. Later on, he found a tap that he claimed turned itself on, but wasn't able to get footage of. He had the sudden idea to ask the ghost questions, and used the tap as a means to get answers though, and it listened, which confirmed the hauntedness of the place, allowing dog vlogs to leave the scene with the questions answered. In the following video, a couple were filming an innocent Snapchat video to send to a group chat of some friends that they shared. It was because one of the friends sent a snap asking other people to show what they're up to, and it would be rude to ignore it, so they decided to send one back. However, little did they know how much it would frighten the group.
Bro, encontré la linterna. ¿Para qué la linterna igual si está...? Bueno, se apagó un toque la luz y ella ya tiene miedo.
Bro, basta.
Decí qué pasó, bro. Bueno, digo yo. Se cortó la luz y se escuchó como un ruido, un ruido. Y entonces Miri tiene miedo y ahora es como que tuve que traer una linterna para la nena. Arre que yo también me asusté.
Ay, puta madre, no hay internet.
¿Cómo que no hay internet?
¿No hay internet?
Dale, bro, contá.
Basta, bro, no insista, no quiero. No me gusta. No estoy hablando de esas cosas.
Y ahora, bueno, ahora tiene miedo la nena. Yo ya estoy acostumbrado y quiero grabar. Ay. Se mueve. Cualquiera. Ay, estoy temblando. ¿Viste? ¿Viste?
No, basta.
Se movió la
Basta, te dije que basta. Basta, bro, en serio, no me gusta.
Ay, ¿qué?
Capaz que fue Maki.
¿Cómo que fue Maki? La concha de tu madre, se movió eso.
No sé. Llamala. ¡Maki!
No, vos no grité, están durmiendo.
¡Maki!
No grité, anda a buscarla.
Tómatela. Bueno, vamos.
Vámonos. ¿Qué? Yo primero
Sí,
la concha
estúpido.
tuya. Ay, no, tengo miedo, bro.
Y bueno, pero yo también tengo miedo.
Anda
Yo
vos.
te dije que no hables. No, bro,
Dale, abrimos la puerta un toque y vamos.
Tengo
Abrimos
miedo.
y vamos.
Tengo miedo,
Abrimos
bro.
y vamos. Dale. Dale.
Llama a la Mati.
Abrimos y vamos un toque.
La concha de su madre. Igual no.
Está la luz prendida, tío, la concha de tu madre. ¿Qué tenés miedo?
La concha tuya.
¡Ale! ¡Ale! ¡Ay, boludo! ¡Ale!
En serio, bro. Ya fue. Llama a Andy.
Suddenly, the bells above the kitchen table started to chime on their own accord, and it was almost as if someone was there, gently pushing them. In order to further prove that this was paranormal, I'll also point out that the house had no windows open, or anything of that sort, so it could not have been the wind. After this, a chair moved on its own, which triggered the couple to close the door and hide in a room where it still didn't stop. It started to aggressively push against the door while they were still inside, which must have scared them like hell. Ian, better known online as the Midwest Ghost Hunter, has been featured on this channel countless times, traveling solo to some of the most haunted places in America. In this clip, he was exploring an abandoned theater entirely alone at night, a location with a long and unsettling reputation. Determined to get real evidence, he made his way down into the basement, a place local stories claimed even workers refused to enter after dark.
Time to explore the basement. Ooh, feels a lot creepier down here. Not gonna lie. Hello? Is there anybody down here? Nothing but eerie silence. A lot of cool artifacts. Anyone down in here? Creepy old fireplace. Oh my god, those sounded like voices. Hello? That legit sounded like people talking. Who's talking?
As Ian descended the final steps, the atmosphere thickened, and he began to hear faint noises echoing through the basement corridors. At first, it was unclear, distant tapping or maybe shifting debris, but it grew more rhythmic, almost deliberate. He stood still, trying to pinpoint it, but the sound seemed to circle him. Make sure to subscribe because this story will continue in a future video. In the following video, a recent university graduate was in his new home when he decided to document what he believed to be a haunting. Over the past few days, he had been hearing thudding sounds from a room nearby to his bedroom and knew that nobody or nothing should have been in the household with him. On this particular evening, it started again, and he came to a strong decision. He was not going to tolerate this anymore and was going to investigate instead. With that, he took his camera and he left his room. This is what he was able to find.
Hey guys, it's Blackman96, and I've been hearing some bumping noises upstairs, like right where my room is. I'm just gonna take a look at. Come on. Okay. Like, what the f was that? You guys hear that, right? Okay. That bottle of Windex was right here. I left it there this morning. It was right there. My room's kind of messy right now because blizzards and such shit like that. I don't really know I'm supposed to. Oh, can you do that again? Fuck this.
The thudding led him to a room where all sorts of items had moved, and it was obvious that something had been in there. For a brief moment, he believed that a squatter or somebody along those lines had infiltrated the building, but that was far from what was actually going on. A piece of china slid across the desk, and bravely, the man recording the incident asked the poltergeist to do this another time. To his fortune, it listened and threw the china cup off from the counter whilst on camera. After this whole situation, he sprinted back to his room and tucked himself away in bed, hoping to sleep all of this torment away. He was able to do this for one night, with no disruptions entering his place of rest, but it would only be one day later that the spirit took it upon himself to enter his bedroom. The time was 7 o'clock in the evening, and the man was just watching some television when this happened.
I just came home and I heard some footsteps, some bumping noises upstairs, so I ran and got my camera, and I felt some wind blowing, so I just started to film, and it was like in this direction over here. It was like the curtains were moving over there and the window's shut, so I'm just gonna film over here and see if I can get a response to whatever's moving. Okay. If you're here, give us a sign. Me a sign. Okay. I promise I'm not going to run this time. There's no reason to run. Holy shit. Okay, I don't think one can do that. There was something holding the door shut and it just flew out. Okay, I'm going to my room now. Okay. That was by far the freakiest thing that's ever happened to me. I promised myself if anything like that happened, I would continue filming and not run. Unlike last time. So, yeah, I don't know.
Strangely, all sorts of things moved in the room without any sort of human intervention, and it was clear that there were no strings of any sort attached. Whilst this scenario did frighten the man behind the camera, he was fortunately able to remain calm and stable throughout this event, which is really impressive. I hope that he never has to go through anything like this ever again. Lainey and Ben were a happily married couple who viewed each other very early into their relationship. Their parents were quite unsupportive of this decision, but they were going strong regardless. That was until they discovered that their rented property was far from welcoming. Over time, they started to realize that there was some sort of spiritual presence inside of the place, but due to their contract with the landlord, they were not allowed to leave just yet. So despite the video that you are about to watch being scary, they were forced to prevail.
What the hell? Shut up! What the hell? Did you see it?
You couldn't miss it? Oh, we've got to watch that back.
Was that a shadow just then?
Where?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Now there was a range of sounds coming from upstairs that indicated something else was in the property. Lainey and Ben bravely approached the scene to see if they could catch whatever had broken in, but to their dismay, it was something worse than a squatter. The door opened on its own accord, and a shadow could be seen gliding up the staircase that only had one explanation for existing: a poltergeist. As I mentioned earlier though, the duo were bound by their contract to keep paying rent for this house for at least 2 months. They could have moved out but would be paying huge bills for no reason, so decided to make do. The ghost did not make this task easy though, and just a day later, tormented them again. This time it was rattling and pounding upon the exact same door, but when Ben went to open it, nothing happened on the other side. Instead, a door across the entire sitting room began to do the same thing, and this is when he decided that he had enough. A home is not a home if you cannot feel safe, and so he contacted a ghost hunter and paid them $200 to eradicate the spirit, which was a successful operation, in the short term, at least. For the next few weeks, absolutely nothing abnormal occurred inside of the house, and both Lainey and Ben truly believed that the place had been cleansed, and they cancelled all plans regarding moving out over the coming months. Little did they know that it was way too soon to make decisions of that size, because unfortunately, the ghost came back, and this time stronger than before. Ben was enjoying his peace, whilst he was home alone without a spirit to haunt him. He was being productive, watching YouTube while editing his own video at the same time, but this peace would end in a matter of minutes.
This cupboard door's just opened. I'm just sat here watching some YouTube and editing up a video, and I was just sat here at the corner of my eye, just saw it open, and I heard these fall. One of these cupboard doors is opened. You can tell by the cupboard door, like, you know, bro. Oh my god.
This time items other than the doors started moving on their own accord, and it was a horrible experience for Ben. The stress going through his mind was immense, because he truly thought he was at peace, and escaped the life of a poltergeist living with him. This just was not the case though. He and Lainey decided to write a letter to the landlord, telling him why they needed to escape the house and that the living conditions were insufferable. Due to there not being enough evidence to make this legally required though, the landlord decided to reject the proposal and continue to rack in the cash. I truly wish Ben and Lainey a safe few months, and hopefully the poltergeist moves on to more deserving prey. On May the 8th of 2022, a viral video was uploaded to YouTube, and it was terrifying to say the least. It was posted by a channel called Japanese Horror Entertainment, and as you probably know based on the title of this video, it was regarding a haunted occurrence. The specific member of the channel who recorded this video was called Omagatoki, and he was a profound ghost hunter in the country of Japan. He was known for his cheap prices in eradicating spirits in order to help those suffering in poorer financial situations tackle their haunting situations, and he did a very good job. The clip that I am about to expose you to took place in a client's house that was supposedly home to a really agitating ghost.
ハワイって聞こえたよね。まだ開いてないけど。
The ghost seemed to be angered by the presence of a ghost hunter, and Omagatoki was simply gathering evidence of its existence so that he could research it more. This research would help him later banish the ghost from the property. Despite the activity the ghost showed here, it was unfortunately unidentifiable, meaning the ghost hunter had to banish it with no information on its power. Fortunately, he succeeded though, and the house was cleansed and made safe for the owners to move back into. Johan was your regular local store owner, and the locals loved talking to him when they came into the store to buy their items. He was kind to everybody, and there was literally no reason not to like him, which made it ever more saddening that the spirit we are about to see cause havoc made him its target. The time was around midday, and Johan was stocking the shelves directly in front of the security camera. He was extremely fortunate that he was in this position when the poltergeist struck, because CCTV managed to detect all of it, so have a look. If you paid really close attention, then you should have noticed the hood of Johann getting pulled by seemingly nothing. However, as we all know, physics would not allow that to happen. There must have been someone or something acting upon the coat to have caused the hood to make this movement, but no matter how much Johann slowed down the footage and zoomed in, he was not able to make out what. A man was working late one night on his small business setup at home when he started to hear a faint but repetitive knocking sound. At first, he thought it was just the house settling or maybe something outside, but as the knocking persisted, he began tracing the sound and realized it was coming from a cabinet across the room. Curious and slightly uneasy, he pulled out his phone and began to record.
Yo, I've been like hearing fucking knocking sounds coming from this room. You hear that? Oh my god. What the f? Hello? 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 I'm fucking out of here, bro. Fuck this.
In the video, the cabinet door suddenly opens itself just a crack. He walks over cautiously, then opens the door fully, only to find it completely empty. There was no mechanism, no airflow, no trick, just an eerie silence as the camera catches him backing away. After the encounter, he decided to leave the workspace for the night. Though he tried to brush it off, he later admitted to friends that the moment felt unnatural, and he's been hesitant to work in that room after dark ever since. A man on TikTok had been relaxing at home when he heard strange sounds coming from upstairs. It wasn't the usual creaks or settling. It sounded like movement. Instead of brushing it off, he decided to film and share what was happening with his followers. Grabbing his phone, he headed to the top of the stairs and stood at the end of the hallway. Here is what he was able to capture.
Alright, tell me I'm a crack. Every time I turn off the light, there's like a shadow there. Watch. You see that? What the f? What the f? Tell me I'm not a crack, dude. Hell no. What the f? Dude, I'm out of here. Ma.
He pans the camera across the hall to show that no one is there, then focuses on one specific doorway. As he turns the light off, a shadowy figure appears in the frame, standing motionless. He flips the light back on, nothing. Off again, the shadow is back. He does this several times, each time getting more anxious as the figure disappears and reappears with the flick of the switch. Eventually, without saying a word, he turns the camera away and quickly leaves the house. After posting the clip, his followers were quick to flood the comments with theories, ranging from a trick of the light to something far more unsettling. The man later explained he had never experienced anything like that before, and still doesn't have an explanation. Since the video, he hasn't spent the night alone in that house and is thinking about moving out altogether if it ever happens again. Sherry and her co-worker were finishing up their shift at around 7:30 p.m., going through their usual end-of-day tasks at the crematorium where they both worked. It had always been a quiet place, professionally run, and nothing out of the ordinary had ever happened in all their years working there. The idea of anything paranormal seemed far-fetched until that night. While checking the security cameras, they noticed something strange on one of the monitors and decided to record it on a phone. The footage shows a body completely covered in a white blanket, resting on a stretcher in the prep room. Without warning, the covered body begins to shift ever so slightly, then more noticeably, as if something underneath was adjusting itself or trying to move. Neither Sherry nor her co-worker were anywhere near it at the time, and the room had been closed off. Both stood in stunned silence as they watched the movement happen in real time on the screen. The body was cremated the following day as scheduled, and no further strange activity has occurred at the facility since. Sherry later said they still don't have any answers, and they've chosen not to talk about it much around their co-workers. While it hasn't changed how they feel about the job, it's a moment they won't forget anytime soon. Dr. Kamal and a nurse were sharing a quick laugh during a short break, standing together in one of the quieter hallways of the hospital around midnight. Nothing had felt off up to that point. They were joking around as usual, and Kamal casually held his phone, already recording as part of a light-hearted prank he was planning on pulling. The moment was relaxed and normal, until it suddenly wasn't.
Es que te estoy enfocando las boobies. Ah, no mames.
¿Qué?
Pasó algo.
¿Qué pasó? No mames.
A ver, ven. No mames, pasó algo, te lo juro que pasó algo, ¿eh?
Se mueve, se mueve.
Vete a la verga.
Yo no voy.
No mames.
While the camera rolls, a ghostly figure silently walks past an open doorway just a few feet behind them. It's brief, but the movement is clear. Both Kamal and the nurse stop mid-laugh, frozen. He immediately steps forward to check the hallway, confused and shaken, but finds no one there. Then, just before he turns back, a walking assistant that had been still in the hallway glides a few inches across the floor on its own, startling both of them again. The video left viewers stunned, and Kamal uploaded it mostly to get opinions on what they'd seen. As far as he knows, no one matching the figure's outline was anywhere in the building at the time. That part of the hospital had been empty. Since then, the two have continued working their shifts, but neither of them walks through that hallway without glancing over their shoulder anymore. Sabia has been included in one of the recent videos on my channel, and her story continues this time. In the last video, she had been experiencing all sorts of paranormal experiences in her own home, and this was because one had followed her when she visited an abandoned house with her now ex-boyfriend. She lived alone in this house and had no idea how to deal with the spirit, so had to knuckle down and deal with it. This video is a prime example of the sort of things that happen on a day-to-day basis for her. Take a look.
Dat lichtknipper er weer aan en uit in de hal. Oh, in het nieuwe huis. Helemaal klaar mee. Oh. Ik durf echt niet. Donder op, ik ga er niet naartoe. Ik bel wel iemand.
Once again, the spirit performed its signature act of messing with the lights before expanding its powers to whole different levels. From a swinging light to a ghostly apparition. This was shocking, and I really do hope that Sabia becomes okay in the future. Make sure to wish your luck too in the comment section. The man behind the TikTok account 1916 Haunting was excitedly giving a tour of his family's new basement. It was still a work in progress, but he was clearly proud of how things were shaping up. The shelves were neatly stacked with glasses of beer, and boxes were arranged all around, showing signs of an ongoing project.
This prepper go straight down into this, and then after a while, you know, it sucks that out and pumps it out. And then here's a shower. This is actually what we're using. It looks super sketch, but it's actually really, really nice. Don't tell Emily, but there was a spider in it. It's actually really nice. This is what we use until we fix the upstairs shower. And then the very open bathroom with a random phone there. So if, you know, I'm doing business, I can still do business. And then washer, dryer, this, and of course you got the bar. This is a work in progress thing. Hey, what the f?
Suddenly, he hears the unmistakable sound of footsteps running down the stairs behind him. He quickly spins around, but there's no one there. The noise stops just as abruptly as it started, leaving only silence in its place. After uploading the video, he mentioned that this was only the beginning, hinting that there might be more unexplained activity to come as the basement project continues. The story is far from over. A few days passed with no unusual activity, and things seemed calm. Then, late one evening, the door handle to the sitting room started rattling unexpectedly. Curious, the man grabbed his camera to capture what was happening. At first, nothing stirred, but suddenly, the rattling began again right in front of the lens. He quickly went around to the other side of the door and searched carefully, but found nothing. No one, no sign of how the handle was moving on its own. Still puzzled, he decided he was going to start filming at random intervals, sensing there might be more to uncover in the days ahead. To try and catch whatever was causing the strange noises, the man decided to do another basement tour, hoping it would trigger the ghost again. He set up his camera and walked slowly through the space, narrating as he went. The atmosphere was tense, every creak and shadow making him more alert. Suddenly, something caught his eye.
Alright, so pardon the mess, but this is what I was telling you about, man. So, you got the toilet, and just the complete open. I mean, like I said, ignore the mess. We haven't done laundry in a while, but yeah, it's a completely open bathroom just in the middle of the... It's always something. Every single day. You heard it too? Yeah? I don't know what to tell you, dude. It's getting worse.
In the clip, a faint, ghostly figure walks silently just above him. It then runs down the stairs at a tremendous speed, and right behind it, a cat, previously unseen, follows closely. The man's quiet breathing can be heard as he watches this happen in disbelief. After the footage, the man felt a mix of excitement and unease. He knows this is just the beginning and plans to keep investigating, documenting every step. Whether this is a harmless presence or something more, he's determined to find out. The basement still holds many secrets, and he's ready to face whatever comes next. You'll have to subscribe so you don't miss any potential future haunter features for this man. In the following video, a man was sitting in his room watching television when he got an unexplainable urge to take out his mobile phone and start recording. This urge came out of absolutely nowhere, and it was almost as if someone or something had told him to do it. But that thing was not in the room with him, so what could it have been? He recorded for a few moments with nothing at all happening, and he was debating ending it there and then, but suddenly, the fact he listened to the urge paid off with this.
This summer, between honor and dishonor, between family and enemies, between July and August, a line will be drawn and then colored in yellow. Run! Run! Jump! Jump! Run! Run! I know we've had a rough day, but I'm sure we can put all that behind us. On July 27th, a secret will be revealed. Look at that. You can see the 4 states that border Springfield. Wow. Nevada, Maine, and Kentucky. Oh, yeah. An empire will rise. Two buttons behind this disc. One will supply your town with power. The other releases now. Just look into your heart. You'll find the answer. And the family will fall.
A paranormal surge happened within the room, and it must have been the ghost that unsettled the man and caused him to want to film. It did all sorts of unnerving things and was able to be caught in the act, which really makes me wonder why it did all of this knowing that a recording was underway. Whatever its true motives were, it was frightening, and I hope the man never suffers from anything of this sort again. Mason was home alone on a Tuesday night when he decided that it was time to go to sleep. Whenever his girlfriend wasn't home with him, he usually made the most of having the property all to himself, and this time binge-watched all of the Avengers movies for a second time, and it was around 1 o'clock in the morning when Endgame came to a close. Tired yet satisfied, Mason went to his bedroom and jumped straight into his bed. But this is when he heard some noises coming from the kitchen downstairs. Curious, he took his camera to go and see what on earth was going on, and you'd be surprised to see what was found.
Huh. I don't see nothing. What? No way. This is weird. What the is going on? What is that sound? What are you doing, kitty? It's close and back. My camera's going in and out of focus. What the? This is weird.
Strangely, the kitchen cabinets continued to open and close in a strange fashion, and it was almost as if a force was being applied onto it. However, we are able to see the majority of the interior and the entire exterior of this cabinet, with no sign of a visible force being applied to it. This meant that whatever caused this was invisible, and you guessed it, spirits can't be detected. Mason drew the same conclusion that I just did, and was under the full understanding that he was dealing with something from the non-physical realm. Choosing to face it with pride rather than run away like a coward though, Mason went to investigate closer to where the ghost was performing its acts, and this happened.
It's like they're freaking walking around in my kitchen, whatever it is. Oh my god. What the Can you tell me who you are? Can you tell me why you're here? Wow. This is crazy. I don't even want to walk off there. I don't know about this. I don't know about this at all. Look, did y'all see that? What the f-
Another paranormal instance happened whilst Mason was checking, and it was so obvious that this poltergeist had the sole intent of frightening the poor man. I hope Mason is able to get rid of the ghost and live his life freely, and not in a constant panic, but I have no idea if this happened due to a lack of updates. When a spirit decides to haunt someone above the age of 18, we are far less inclined to feel terrible about it than when it happens to somebody who is a child. Children becoming victim to paranormal activity is something that no one can support, because they are way too young to be exposed to things that can generate such fear and fright. In the clip that I am going to expose you to shortly, Jake was alone in the kitchen when suddenly he saw the tap start running by itself. He instinctively started filming the incident in case anything else happened, and this is what his camera was able to detect. Have a look.
What the? Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Oh my god! Oh my god!
All over the kitchen, things started to happen, and this is what experts refer to as a paranormal surge. A paranormal surge is when more than 3 spiritual events occur within a 5-minute time frame, and it would likely be an understatement for what we have just seen. After this event, Jake sent the video to his friends, his parents, and posted it to his social media accounts, but the only people who actually took his word for it were some random ones through social media. Due to nobody else believing him, Jake was forced to suffer silently and tell everyone that it was a funny prank, so they didn't think he was weird. Considering he was only 13 years of age too, this becomes far worse knowledge to have. A father was gaming solo with his youngest child in the room. To set the scene, he was playing a story mode game that required intense amounts of concentration in order to be successful, whilst the daughter was playing with their dog. All of a sudden, the daughter started claiming that the freezer door was opening itself, but confused, her father refused to give this claim any attention. After the daughter continued to push the fact the freezer door was moving alone to him, though he decided that the least he could do was have a look, so he did, and this was what he found.
My ball. He's not catching ball with you? Yeah. You need somebody to play ball? Baba.
Just like his daughter was saying, the freezer door was genuinely opening and closing itself, which was ridiculously creepy. After witnessing this with his own eyes and remembering that the console had a 24/7 camera attached to it, he sent the footage to several ghost hunters, hoping that they would come and help for a small price. Unfortunately, they were unable to because, quote, the clip was too easy to fake. Ghost hunters like this need to be stopped, because who knows how much trouble these families could get into with the spirits still on their back, and I hope another hunter helps them soon. In the following video, Henry Alvarado was doing his usual daily routine, which involved recording a YouTube video for his channel. He aspired to become a big YouTuber one day, and this time was filming a tutorial on how to get rid of bacteria in a pan. At first, things were running seamlessly until he made a mistake and was forced to restart the entire video, which slightly annoyed him to say the last. At least it gave him a joke opportunity though. However, little did he know that his next take would be messed up too, but for a completely different reason.
The first thing I'm going to do to ensure the best quality hangover and to kill any nasty little bugs that are in the wine. Well, you can all stop asking me to upload a video now. What was it? What was this? Airlock. Hang on. You're on a tripod, so. What was this? Airlock. What was it? This one. Is that it? Do something else now, will ya?
Out of seemingly nowhere, an item launched itself at the head of Henri, and this was deeply disturbing to witness. Usually spirits enter places with the sole intention of scaring their victims, but this one went the extra mile and physically attacked them. Fortunately, the item was nothing too harmful, or else Henri could have been seriously injured by such an event. So he was an extremely fortunate man. He is in the process of contacting a priest about the incident to hopefully get some free assistance moving forwards. On May the 9th of 2025, a co-worker of a user named Lucrine sent them a clip from the security cameras and gave permission for them to post it online. In the clip, we are exposed to a dark and eerie setting that looks desolate of human life. The focus, however, is surprisingly the gate at the back, which had been stiff for years. Every day, the staff there struggled to open the gate, and it was one of the most annoying parts of the facility. But in this video, whatever moved, it made it look quite simple. Take a look. It is clear that nothing or no one interacted with the gate to make this happen, but one aspect that I would like to zoom in on is the cat. Moments before the gate actually moved, the cat went closer to it, almost as if it had seen somebody there. We all know that these creatures are known for their potential to see spirits, so perhaps this is why it started to analyze the gates before it happened, which acts as some potential evidence that this was in fact a ghost. In order to gain even more evidence, just to be sure, the co-worker decided to analyze every single camera in the building to check that nothing had entered or left. As expected, nothing did, meaning that whatever caused this was an external factor. With all of this evidence combined, I am more than certain this was a spirit. In today's video on Haunter, we have already seen literal children come victim to a ghost. But what if I told you that this next clip also showcased this? This time the child was extremely young and in toddler territory, making it ever more upsetting too. The mother had to do the laundry, so decided to leave her daughter in the play yard whilst she did it. She expected nothing bad to happen because there were no physical hazards inside of the room, at least she thought. For 2 minutes, absolutely nothing happened in the absence of the mother, but it did not take long for whatever was in there with the daughter to pounce. Not only did some form of entity start playing with her daughter, but it also showed itself to her. She started blowing kisses in the direction of where the bottle launched from, and when her mother asked what she had seen, 4 words came out. "I saw Fun Man." This freaked her out to the extreme, and she went as far as calling a drawing therapist to come and see visually what the girl had seen. The art came out like a clown, which made things even worse for the mother. However, people didn't believe her, so she needed to gather proof. For around a day, she thought of ideas that could potentially lead to a video that could convert non-believers into believers, and eventually, one came into her mind. What if she showcased where all of the events happened in order to prove that there was no natural way in which it could happen? Here is her recording.
Okay, so this is my daughter's playpen that she was in when the bottle thing happened. So she was standing right here. The stem would have fallen about here. And as you can see, like directly in front of that on the other side is the toy bin where the bottle had landed. It landed about here. There's nothing around that the bottles could have come from, especially because like they landed straight down. So there's a little dresser, and then over there, in there is where the dressing room is, which is where the bottles were, where I put everything before I went downstairs to take everything out. So really no explanation. There's the monitor that caught it.
This made it pretty clear that a ghost had caused this event, and a ghost hunter is currently arranging days with the mother. The following video was captured by Sam, and he was not new to the paranormal world. In fact, he could be considered an expert. For 2 long and draining months, Sam had been constantly hit with paranormal surges in his house, and he has no idea where all of this sparked from. Before this time period, he didn't even believe in ghosts, but throughout it, they have become his biggest fear. Anyways, one of his big dreams was to catch his spirit doing its acts on camera, but to his dismay, every single time that he pressed record, the sequences stopped. However, one day this didn't happen, and Sam finally got the footage that he had been gunning for such a prolonged period. Take a look. All around him, things were happening, and so much occurred in such a short span of time. He was walking around the house to make sure that everything he needed to get on video was caught, and it is safe to say he had a lot of evidence of this spirit's existence. As well as uploading it to social media, he also contacted a ghost hunter and showed them the clip, which was able to get him an appointment. We wish Sam the best in banishing this long-serving spirit. On January the 14th of 2008, which is a very long period of time ago, a group of friends decided that they were actually going to investigate something weird that was going on. They were doing a common method of living for young people called rent splitting, where a group of friends all pay an equal amount to live in a home. Little did any of them in this situation know that the house they split on was a hellhole for ghosts. At random intervals, the people in the house would hear noise coming from the basement, and whenever they checked, things moved. One day, they took a camera with them and went to investigate the scene. This is how that turned out.
We've lived here for about a year, and we always hear noises coming from this place. We think it's a cat, but we go in there and stuff moves, and we turn on the lights and we look all over. There's no cats or there's no mice. There's no animals at all. You can't find any. But if you just sit there and wait, you see things actually move, and it's like you know, you shine lights everywhere. You can't see anything.
Turn on your flashlight. Okay.
No, but seriously, dude, if you die, I have to go home, and that's not very fun.
No, that's hilarious.
They locked it. What the fuck? This is so fucking
No, it's not locked, dude. Check it out. Do it again. Say that again.
This is so fucking creepy.
Dude, somebody's told to live down here.
All right, wait. We're okay.
What are you doing? Is it on?
Yeah, what's going on?
All right.
Dude, I'm not going in.
I'm not going. You don't fucking go.
Nicole, I think you should go.
Dude, there's spider webs. You know what?
All right, dude, fuck it.
I'm
Let's leave.
Just afraid of spiders. Dude, come on.
What? All right, let me get some footing here. It's kind of hard.
Dude, just go. Hurry up.
You fucking go.
Oh shit! Dude! What the fuck? What was? Go get it! Go!
Just like usual, something out of the ordinary happened, and they were all taken aback by this, the project leader specifically. He was the bravest of the bunch, and decided to enter the main basement first, but the poltergeist made it really apparent that he was not welcome there. wisely taking the hint they all agreed that they should make their way back to the main house for safety and would never investigate the basement ever again. The sounds kept coming for the following week, and it was almost as if the poltergeist was begging for them to entertain it again, staying strong to their word, though none of the residents broke the idea and went into the basement. Little did they know that the spirit had power outside of it, and when it got bored, it decided to use that external power.
Yeah, a second ago that this sink was like doing some shit, man. Yeah, I think it looks like on now, like, whoa! Oh! Let's see if it, I don't even like want to touch it. Okay, that's off. Now I turned it all the way on. It's just like sitting there. If you can hear me, show me a sign. Yeah, like that ever works. Oh! Alright, that's enough. Dude, no, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Shit's crazy.
It took it upon itself to mess with the tap and turned it on and off at different speeds. Now many people would pin this to be some form of issue with the pipes, but it doesn't take a genius to disprove this theory. The fact that the man filming had to turn the tap to deactivate it shows that something else must have also physically turned it. This was certainly a ghost. This next clip was recorded by an 11-year-old boy called Thomas, and a lot of people were angered by how he and his mother handled their spiritual encounter. It is important to note that none of them had ever experienced anything like this in the past, and were extremely frightened by what was to come, going as far as wanting to leave the home forever, despite the father of the family disagreeing. It was 10 o'clock in the evening when this happened.
What the heck?
Oh my goodness!
Like, what the heck?
That's spooky. That's spooky.
That is weird.
It's nearly midnight as well.
It is actually, look. Oh my god.
It did it again.
What the hell?
It did it again. Look at the dog. It's freaked out. What is it?
I don't know. No, I don't want to.
Go see what it is.
I don't want to.
Go on.
I'm getting as far back as I can. I'm like against the wall.
It's stopped. It's stopped now.
Yeah.
Go see what it is.
No, it's
Go on.
scary.
Oh! I can hear a noise.
I can hear a noise. I heard it.
Go see what it is. Oh! I saw something come on the bottom.
What? Maxie.
Maxie, get it. Get it, Maxie.
Maxie, get it.
What is it, Maxie? What is it? Maxie, get it.
What the heck?
What is it? I saw it. I saw something come out. And then it went back in. Is it a bird? Is there a little bird stuck in there or something?
We don't own a bird.
What about a little ghosty? Is it a ghosty?
Do you think?
Is it a ghosty?
Like, I don't believe in abnormal stuff, but this is just weird.
Maxie. Maxie.
Maxie, come here.
Maxie.
Get it. No, I don't want
Maxie,
to.
sit. Sit. Sit.
That is actually so weird.
Open the cupboard, Ollie.
I'm gonna kick it.
Open it.
No. I don't want to.
The cupboard was moving as if it was controlling itself, and it was very evident that there was no visible force acting upon it. The reason that this video was followed by a decent amount of outrage is because neither the boy or the mother went to investigate the cupboard, because now there is no proof that this was the act of a poltergeist. For all the audience could know, it was a string system being pulled by somebody behind the cupboard, but I don't buy into that. I think that the only reason they didn't investigate was the factor of fear, and I think in that exact situation, I would be too frightened to open an investigation myself. Sean loved golf, and he was always practicing his technique on video so that he could compare it to celebrities like Tiger Woods and see how he could improve. On the day that the clip I am about to expose you to happened, Sean was doing his usual routine and swinging his club around his sitting room, but this time, he planned to upload it to social media and invite public criticisms. However, he had no idea that this video would garner him some views for different reasons.
Oh. Shut the f up. The f What the fuck? Shut the f
First of all, the golf club perfectly slipped into the rack without any human interaction, and Sean was taken very aback by this. Furthermore, the light above him started swinging rapidly, and sure, in isolation, these events could have been a coincidence, but when combined, a poltergeist interfering was the only possible cause. This was followed up by the cupboard swinging by itself, which topped off the whole incident. Surprisingly, Sean was pleased with all of this because it gave his golfing skills some exposure, but he was frightened in the moment nonetheless. Something that a lot of fridges have that I just cannot bring myself to understand is an interior camera, because who would want to review their fridge footage? The majority of the time you should know what is inside of it, and if you don't, then it is pretty easy to just go to the refrigerator itself, open it, and take a look inside, but some people just don't do this, I guess, including the family in the upcoming video. Their house was ridiculed with cameras because they were the victims of a break-in many years ago and were very precautionary. The cameras never helped with that though. They actually helped them catch a ghost in the act for the following video. Not only was the spirit opening and closing the fright was a creepy enough experience, it was doing it very aggressively. This conveyed the idea that its intentions were nothing but to instill fear and a sense of threat to the family. They sent the video to experts who claimed only a demon could cause movements so powerful, and they had to agree. They are in the process of getting rid of the spirit. I despise seeing innocent people fall victim to paranormal activity, but the sad thing is that the majority of cases happen to the least deserving of families. This next clip was captured by Rosanna, a kind and loving Christian girl who has never wanted anything other than a family to be a part of. She spreads kindness in everything that she does and is well respected within her local community. If anybody was to experience horrors such as what I am going to show you, it should not have been here. Here, have a watch. From mysterious sounds to the scooter moving, this was not nice for Rosanna, who didn't do anything to deserve this. She showed the video to her friends and family, who all believed her because she was very trustworthy, and they recruited a ghost hunter to visit her home where it was cleansed. The ghostly saga did not last long, but we are pleased Rosanna is now okay. Contrasting the last clip we did, the man who recorded the following video is a ghost hunter and was far from innocent, if anything deserving of a haunting. The video took place in a haunted asylum, and the hunter was a man named Ian, who you will have heard of if you are a regular on this YouTube channel. The time was 1 o'clock in the morning when this happened.
Checkers board. Looks like 4 different ghosts would be sitting right there playing away. Well, I mean, I guess it's a 2-person game, so that doesn't make no sense. The other 2 are spectators. That's what it would be. If there's anyone in here, could you make a sound? Whoa, whoa. Okay. I'm pretty sure I just heard something here. Is there someone sitting at this table? If so, could you knock on it? Knock on it, just like this. Getting like a weird smell over here. I definitely didn't notice it before. It smells almost like musty, like BO. I mean, no offense. If it's one of you or however many spirits are here. Oh God, it's getting like stronger. Where the heck is that coming from? It's so freaking weird. Whew. Jeez. I'm sorry, I hope I didn't offend you. That's not what I was trying to do. If you are sitting at this table, could you make one of these pieces move? Which color are you? Red or black? That smell has not gone away yet. Whoa! 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 Oh my God! Dude, that piece just slid across the freaking table! How the hell did that happen? That is insane. Dude, that freaking red piece just moved from there all the way there. Thank you so much, whoever you are. That just blew my mind. I mean, you moved it on the wrong space.
I mean, it's safe to say that the spirit was playing the lighter color. The fact that Ian got frightened here says a lot, because he has been in the ghost hunting industry for many years and is only taken aback by some of the more severe instances. For more haunting videos, including Ian, subscribe to the channel now. The Alchemist Theater is a haunted location in Wisconsin, but Phil Koch had something to say about that. He always believed in the paranormal world, but never bought into this specific place being a part of it, and wanted to disprove his own thoughts. This is why Mr. Koch decided to visit the location with good enough gear to capture evidence and force himself to believe that the Wisconsin Alchemist Theater was, in fact, haunted. This is the evidence that he was able to uncover.
I've been sitting here for a while. Nothing going on. What the hell? Something just moved. Something just moved behind me. Jeez. Something just moved behind me. Jeez. Okay. I don't know if I see anything. Have a look here. Holy crap, I don't know if that seat was down. no idea. All the seats are up in this theater. This one's down. Huh.
Strangely, the seat behind Phil Koch moved on its own accord, and it was almost as if the spirit had decided to join him in taking a seat. This spooked Phil to the maximum, who investigated the surrounding area of the seat to be certain that nothing caused it, and as expected, there was nothing. One conclusion was drawn from this. The Alchemist Theatre was really haunted, and the hunter had to leave before they became the hunted. Phil walked home that night in constant fear that he was being watched, and he couldn't identify why this feeling was overpowering his others. It wasn't as if anybody else was there with him. Fortunately, he was able to make it all the way back home without anything out of the ordinary happening. But that does not mean nothing happened in his own home. He had only been relaxing for 10 minutes when this piece of footage was captured.
So I'm in my bunker. Nobody's home, and Michael and I were talking about how we think the house is haunted again. Things are falling down and weird stuff. So, I'm calling out all ghosts. All ghosts. Is there somebody here? Say something into this little microphone here. My regular recorder isn't working. Go ahead. Say something loud. You know. Jesus! Something loud, you know. Jesus! Oh, crap. That scared the crap out of me. Okay, stuff is falling down. I thought, what the hell fell down? I saw everything fall off the shelf. Okay. Talking to the thing. Jeez, what the hell is... Anything else? I wonder if I'm getting any EVPs. This is why I got out of the ghost hunting business. This kind of stuff just freaks me out. Anybody else want to do anything while I'm here? Mary's gonna be so pissed. Alright. Anything? Don't throw anything at me. You can come to the damn party. I don't care. You're here. Stay. Scare my guests. Just don't scare me. And now I gotta pick this stuff up. Stupid ghosts. Alright. Fine. I gotta watch this and see exactly what happened. Goodbye.
This time around, items inside of Phil's home fell to the ground, and as an experienced man in the field, he knew exactly what had happened. A ghost of some form penetrated the house, and there was one likely conclusion. It must have been the one from the theater. Sometimes spirits have the tendency to attach to people who visit their locations and haunt them for life. I am sure that Phil Koch will find a way to detach it, though. On June the 23rd of 2014, a teenage boy was in his room when he got the sudden urge to start filming. His room had been acting weird recently, with random objects falling from shelves unprompted. It is not what you want to see at all. Anyway, back to the sudden urge to film. The boy gave in and took out his phone to see what he could catch on camera, and he expected the poltergeist to get a tad bit camera shy. But this is the opposite of what actually occurred.
Been hearing noises again. It's happening as usual. See? Daylight this time.
from over there. Shit. Fuck me, man. The fuck? Couldn't see. Old PlayStation games fell down. Fuck me. Fucking stupid is this? Oh, I'm sick and tired of doing this. Sorry about the angle. That's what I have to put up with. Forcing the move again. Shit. Mate, what the fuck is going on? Fucking stupid. Fucking battery's dying. Fucking battery. Oh my god, it's bad.
Instead of turning shy and not causing anything to happen at all, the ghost started constantly launching CDs to the ground, and it was some scary stuff. The boy fortunately stayed strong and kept putting them back where they belonged, but no matter what he did, they ended up back on the floor. He is currently in talks with his parents trying to make them believe him, so I send him all of the luck that I can possibly offer. Leandro was home alone one night while his mother was out at a party. The house was quiet, but something about the silence felt off. He couldn't shake the sensation that he wasn't really alone, like the air itself had changed. It wasn't fear exactly, it was more like pressure, a weight he couldn't explain. To calm himself, he grabbed his phone and began filming, hoping that recording would make him feel more in control.
Veja o que aconteceu na minha casa, às 3h15 da madrugada.
Faz horas que eu tô ouvindo um barulho aqui, então eu resolvi filmar pra vocês. Não sei, mas parecia que tinha alguém, sei lá, fazendo um barulho, mexendo aqui na varanda de casa. Eu tô sozinho hoje. Minha mãe saiu, foi lá pra minha tia. Hoje eu tô sozinho, então...
Tinha alguma coisa mexendo na chave da porta.
Quando eu tô sozinho. Hã? Oi? A chave tá balançando. Olha só, não para. Gente, olha só, eu vou acender até a luz.
Olha isso. Olha só, cara, que sinistro. Ela fica mexendo e não para. Ó, eu vou ficar até longe, ó. Olha lá. Não para de mexer. Olha isso, cara. Eu tô ouvindo um barulho, eu tô achando... Acho que é isso, a chave tava mexendo, não sei. Olha, não para. Ai, credo, velho, que susto. Ai, credo. Nossa, sinistro essas horas, velho. Acho que não tem ninguém acordado essas horas. Só eu, aqui dentro de casa. Eu vou dormir com a luz acesa hoje, quero nem saber. Eu odeio dormir sozinho em casa, odeio. Não, tem motoqueiro na rua ainda. Mas tem uma coisa que eu detesto, é dormir sozinho em casa. Cara, que sinistro. Que isso, cara, olha isso. Olha aí, o ventilador. Tá doido, ele tá desligado, tá fora da tomada. Deixa eu acender o... Olha lá. Olha isso. Olha lá. Não, tá de brincadeira comigo, né? Olha aqui. Tá fora da tomada ela. Ah não, velho, na moral mesmo. Tá de brincadeira mesmo, né?
In the footage, some keys start moving all by themselves, jingling in slow, unnatural motions. Leandro opens the door to check behind it, but there's nothing there. Just as he steps back into the sitting room, the orange fan behind the door begins to spin, even though it's clearly unplugged. His voice in the video shakes a little, caught between disbelief and panic. After the clip ends, Leandro puts the phone down and starts walking through the house, checking every corner, but it's the same story. No one's there. He calls his mum to tell her what happened, but she doesn't really know what to say. That night, he didn't sleep much. The clip was real, the fan moved, the keys moved. He's now starting to think whatever's in that house isn't just a presence, it might be aware of him. On a recent video on this channel, we looked into a household with a haunted pantry, and the poor owners had no idea what steps to take to eradicate the spirit from their home. It was a huge, everyday disturbance, and would do strange things such as show itself as an apparition behind the glass door, or physically open it, and they had enough. One day, the father decided to call a ghost hunting agency to come over and try to figure out the spirit's motivations whilst he stayed with his girlfriend. And once they arrived, this is what their camera caught.
What? Okay, we just got off the phone with the agent. Okay. Now we're going back to the location to see if anything has changed with the pantry door. It's still closed. Still closed. As you can see, this is the actual. Whether or not I can see something in there is.
Oh my god. I swear it's some movement. I swear it's some movement.
In the door. I thought it was just a reflection.
Upon their first glance into the house, they spotted something behind the pantry, and it immediately confirmed that the house owner was not raising any false alarms. Now all that they needed to do was develop a strategy of how to approach things. After literally 5 minutes of thinking, they managed to conjure one up, and with that solved, they approached the pantry.
Still 12:35. I gotta wait till. What are you going upstairs for? Let's wait. It's 12:35. What are you doing? It's 12:35. Dude. Still not a big shot, just in case. She's like, it's from the paranormal. Let's go to the house. Yeah. Back it up here. Ready to go. I was just kidding, dude. It's like 12:33. I'm just kidding. We should. Dude, let me hold one, dude. Sure, you can keep one on the pantry.
The door is closed, right?
Keep the door open, dude. Keep it open when we go upstairs. Is that how it works? Upstairs. No ghost at 12:34. You chilling here? Cool. We should meet out the front. Alright. Or do you want to move away? Anyone up here?
Chris, where'd you go? Did you open the pantry? Did you just open the pantry? Is it open? I heard the pop.
You want to go check it out?
Let's go check it out.
I think the ghost opened the pantry, dude. No food in there, though. No way.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I heard it. I told you. Oh my god.
That's gnarly, dude. Dude, you didn't open it? That's pretty nice.
Oh my god, I fucking told you I heard it. I heard it.
Dude, that's cool. I'm going back in.
Chris, I'm out of here, Money. Let's go.
Do you want to lock it, though?
Did you not hear it? Did you not fucking...
I heard it open, dude. That's pretty gnarly.
For quite some time, it seemed that the group would not be able to antagonize the pantry ghost into doing anything spooky for their entertainment. Sometimes ghosts are intelligent enough to realize that the people present are not victims, rather people preying on its downfall, so they stay a bit low-key. But when the crew all went upstairs, it couldn't resist. The pantry door opened itself obnoxiously loudly, as if the spirit was trying to lure the group back downstairs. If this was its overall goal with this sudden movement, though, it was a success because everybody wanted to make sure this was on camera, and coming down led to even more footage. The spirit had awoken. 12:03 a.m. 12:03 a.m.
Oh my god.
This was a huge compilation of what the crew were able to capture on that fateful night, and if anyone was in denial of a spiritual presence beforehand, then they should definitely have come to terms with it now. The group are now working with the house owner to come up with possible solutions on how to actually banish the spirit, which is the hard part of the investigation. Make sure to wish them some luck in the comments in case one of them manages to stumble across this video. Regardless, I send my luck. Ian, also known as the Midwest Ghost Hunter, is known for his expeditions to all sorts of haunted places, and the clip that I am about to expose your poor eyes to is from one of these adventures. Ian was visiting a haunted theater all by himself for his YouTube audience, and for quite some time, absolutely nothing happened. Eventually, he stumbled across the largest seating room in the entire complex, though, and this is when he realized somebody or something was in the room alongside him.
Hello? Is there somebody up there? Okay. All right. I gotta go up there. I'm hearing weird noises up there. Hello? Who's up there? If you're up there, could you make another sound? Okay. There's all kinds of weird noises going on up there, so I'm gonna go up there right now and see what's going on. I thought I may have heard somebody up here. Who's up here right now? I know for sure I heard some weird noises up here, and I'm the only one in this building. So, who would be making those noises? That's why I like ghost hunting alone. Because anytime I hear something, I know for sure it's not a person.
A metal clang could be heard when he asked for any sign of presence, and he immediately went up the stairs to check. As expected, nothing was up there, so subscribe to continue this story in the next video. The following video took place in the garage of David, a badminton player who only loved one thing more than his sport of choice: motorcycles. He had always dreamed of owning one, and when he was finally in a situation that he could call financially stable, he took it upon himself to buy one. It was a top model considering that he was new to riding, but fortunately, he was able to purchase it at a cheap price from an old merchant. One thing that he failed to consider was the reason the price was so cheap, and he was about to find out in this video.
Yeah, check it out, guys. So I just got it. It's a 2022 KTM XCW. Fuck was that? I just got it a couple months. Fuck, Jesus Christ.
Mid-recording, the badminton racket collapsed to the ground, and it was almost as if a person had interfered with it. However, it was very obvious that this was far from the case. There was nobody else in the room with David, and furthermore, he felt a wave of chills swarm his body, so he knew that something was up. It was just a matter of what. He contacted the person that the motorcycle was purchased from, and all they said was 2 words: "It's attached." Zach was home alone at 2 in the morning, and this was supposed to be a relaxed and calm night. Little did he know that he was not home alone after all. Whilst his parents were gone, he was put in charge of the household, and bear in mind nothing of the paranormal sort had ever occurred inside. That all came to an end on this fateful night. Zach reported all sorts of things that happened throughout, but he was only able to capture a small segment on camera. But we all know that quality is better than quantity, and despite not filming what he did film was crazy. Take a look.
I don't want to fuck this house anymore. What the? What the? No! Oh.
Zach was in his bed far from relaxing, but suddenly he felt a cold feeling and took it upon himself to record, given that he had already experienced weird things that night. It is strange that he was given this urge, but fortunate at the same time because he was able to get the movement of his trash can on tape. And as you could tell from the reaction, this was very frightening. I received no updates after this incident, so what happened next is down to your imagination. So let me know your predictions in the comments down below. On September the 29th of 2015, a YouTube channel that goes by the name X-Mangage uploaded a video that caused a lot of concern among the audience. It took place in what looked like his kitchen, and we have no idea what actually incentivized him to start filming, but something must have, and it paid off. The time was 1:33 in the morning when this horrifying sequence of events took place. At first, the events could be easily excused or passed off as fake because electrical scenarios can be called off as issues in power. However, the fact the lights were swinging gave the audience a bit of a reason to believe it happened. This was not what sealed the deal though. In the ending, a ton of kitchen items collapsed to the ground in an almighty crash, and there is no passing that off as some electrical issue. This was most definitely a ghost, and if X-Mangage doesn't want to fell its wrath again, he and his family should take immediate action. When a ghost starts to haunt your household, it can be some pretty scary stuff, but when you realize it's attached to you specifically, things become far worse. The man in the next clip had been living in the same home for years with absolutely no hauntings, but out of nowhere I started to notice some weird things happening. These things became so ridiculously overwhelming that he was forced to move out to a new home to escape them. Little did he know that this was not going to do the trick.
You're not allowed here. Leave. 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 This is my house. No. What the man?
It was very obvious that this place was haunted, and even after this clip more things happened. The man filming put 2 and 2 together and realized that the same ghost had probably followed him to the newest location, meaning he couldn't simply walk away from it. If he wanted to escape, he had to hire an expert, and unfortunately, that isn't something that he is in the financial position to do. He will have to deal with it. What most people do when they discover the presence of a spirit in their house is they take action against it, and there are many ways to go about this. From hiring a professional ghost hunter to contacting priests, the solutions are endless, but each one has one thing in common. In order to get them to come and cleanse your house, you need a good amount of evidence because these guys do not waste their time. When Owen realized his place was haunted, he tried to reach out to these people who said the usual response: "Come back to us when you have some valid proof," but instead of quitting, he went out of his way to get it. The upcoming clip is from Owen trying to provoke the spirit in order to get it to do something. He filmed this as the entire point was to have concrete proof, and this is what he got.
Come on. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I've seen you around here, so I've heard you around here somewhere. Show yourself, Lord. Show yourself. Come. Pull another one out. Pull another one out. Pull another one out. I hope. You know. That's enough now. Don't do no more.
This looks like concrete proof to me. From a drawer opening without any visible force interacting with it to a large object collapsing, these two incidents happening within the same time span was way too coincidental for this to have been anything other than a ghost. After the event, Owen got back in contact, and a few hunters decided that the mission was worth their while considering the pay. All we can do is wish Owen the best of luck in the future. In the following video, Ewan, a regular man in a regular house, decided that he was going to record something crazy and show it to a public audience. Roughly 2 days before filming this video, Ewan experienced his first ever paranormal incident when some cupboards started opening and closing on their own accord. At first, he thought of as many natural reasons for this to happen as he could, but the one thing that kept coming back to his mind was that this was a ghost, and it wasn't there for friendly reasons. Fast forward to the time of this video, and Ewan noticed the cupboards doing the exact same thing, so took out his camera to record this.
This cupboard door is opening up by itself, right in front of my eyes for the second time in a week and a half. I want to show that I'm not pulling anything, there's nothing going on, I'm not tugging on anything. This is really happening right here. And there we are. It's alright, go ahead. There you go. Again, I'm not pulling on anything. There's nobody here with me pulling on anything. There's no wind. That fan isn't on or anything. Again, there's nothing going on. This is the real deal. Something in my house has been doing this, and this isn't the first time.
As you can see, the cupboards were opening by themselves, and Ewan made it as evident as possible that he was not involved in this movement, so it is hard not to believe him. He also felt a spine-tingling sensation surrounding his body, which is a common sign of a ghostly presence, so the fact he felt this says a lot about what happened that day. As of now, Ewan isn't taking action against this ghost, but he should, and in my opinion, it's only a matter of time before he does. Kayla is a resident besides the Appalachian Woods, which is a mysterious location to put things lightly. All sorts of out-of-the-ordinary incidents take place there, and Kayla was taught from a young age to stay clear. Another lesson that her father taught her was that if you hear a baby crying in these woods, it is not a baby, and you should not go looking, and she heard it quite frequently, but chose to follow her father's advice. One day when the crying started again, Kayla thought that it would be cool to record it and show social media how weird her place of living was, and this was the clip. The bawling echoed around the woods and would have woken up anybody surrounding too, so I hope that this doesn't happen at night. It is unknown what actually causes these cries, but the only reason people are skeptical is because those who have gone into the woods in search of the baby have never come out, and the locals have learned from those mistakes. If you have ever watched a video on my channel before then, I am certain you know of Ian, also known as the Midwest Ghost Hunter. Ian is a well-known ghost hunter with 100,000 loyal subscribers on YouTube that watch him explore all kinds of haunted facilities. For years, Ian did these adventures for nothing but passion, but when he realized that he could get views on YouTube, he decided to go for it, and that is how he makes his money from the hunts. In the clip that I am going to expose your eyes to shortly, he was exploring a haunted asylum, but you haven't heard the craziest part yet. He did this alone, and this is what he managed to get on camera.
If there's any patients in any of these rooms, could you call out? Is anyone in here? Ooh. I swear to God, I just heard a little boy's voice out here.